Delegates, today we stand in a world where children are being raped, being abused, being exploited by grown men and politicians. This delegate believes that as a part of the Roman Catholic Church, which utmost sincerely believes in the well-being of children, the livelihoods, and also the freedom of choice that these children have, and the legal protection they have in these countries. More has to be done. The UN has not given enough resolutions or solutions into fixing it. A more intrusive, more conclusive way is needed. As such, the delegate believes and hopes to see progressive changes in today's debate. Thank you.
Dropping it in order. Delegate of France.
The delegate must mention the word baguette once in the
At least once.
At least once. Okay.
Vive la France!
Delegate, you may begin when you're ready.
Honorable Chairman, fellow delegates, and esteemed guests, as of 2018, over 300,000 child soldiers are still active in conflicts around the world, and 40% of armed forces, including terrorist organizations, gangs, and militias, use children. France strongly believes that the protection of children is a universal moral obligation, and has made the protection of minors in armed conflict a top priority. In 2007, France signed the Paris Commitment, and in 2017, organized a ministerial conference with UNICEF to relaunch international mobilization on the plight of children in armed conflict. France is willing to cooperate with any state or country that endeavors to stop the recruitment or use of children in armed conflict, and hopes for a fruitful debate and peaceful resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate.
Oopsie daisy.
Delegate of Colombia. Colombia wants.
Wait, is it Colombia or Colombia? Colombia.
嗱，中文叫哥倫比亞嘅
Then it's Colombia.
non-existent French colony.
Delegate, you may begin when you're ready.
Is it Colombia or Colombia?
Fellow delegates, the Delegate of Colombia is aware of the measures on eradicating child soldiers and keeping in mind the purpose of the United Nations is to make a better world and is not supportive of child soldiers. Reports have indicated a mixed feeling of child soldiers being recruited voluntarily or to being forced. However, it is clear that children are trying to get away from something bad being promised or something better. In order to achieve a better world, we need to work together to bring education, freedom of choice, and speech into the world by providing the basic needs to food, shelter. When these needs are met, only then can we separate the problems associated with children being used as soldiers in armed conflict countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate of Poland. Delegate, you may begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon to Honorable Chair and all delegates. Poland stands by its conscription laws, which allows the use of child soldiers in war. If one is under the threat of being vanquished by another nation or entity, Poland believes that a nation has every right to recruit persons who are underage. This delegate believes that underage soldiers should be allowed for defense as long as they volunteer, and they recognize the possibility that they might be wounded, harmed, or abused. They also sign up for the effects of not getting an education, living in military camps, etc. However, forcefully separating children from their families is deeply immoral and must not be allowed, as this deeply undermines the state of the nation and the mental health of the child, and strips them of a basic human right, the freedom of choice. In conclusion, the nation of Poland supports the use of child soldiers in armed conflict for defense as long as they give their consent.
Thank you, Delegate.
Delegate of Iran.
You don't even have
Okay, cool. I know you
Right, Delegate of Iran is dead.
Yeah. The delegate.
Delegate of Iran, you may begin when you're ready.
The chair has believed that the delegate actually knows that he's fat.
Delegate of Iran.
Fikran.
Fikran.
You may begin.
Fikran.
Wait, I can start, right?
Yeah, sure, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, honorable chairs and distinguished delegates. The Delegate of Iran sees that the eradication of child soldiers during peacetime should be accepted. Now, the Delegate of Iran sees that there are multitudes of problems with child soldiers, from mental and physical processes and PTSD. However, the Delegate of Iran sees that this is important, and as such, the Iranian government in 2013, under the leadership of President Assad, has already signed a bill prohibiting the recruitment of child soldiers underneath the age of 18. However, the nation of Iran cannot promise that no children will voluntarily go and join the army in the name of glorious jihad against the U.S. and against Syria. As such, the Delegate of Iran believes that the UN should be more lenient toward child soldiers within certain countries. And yes, peace, great, yes, a part.
Okay.
Peace.
Hold on, okay. A delegate also in 2013, the president of Iran was Hassani Rouhani, not Assad. Assad's like Iran.
Assad is
My bad.
Delegate of Denmark.
My bad.
Denmark.
My bad.
Personally, I hate Assad. You want Assad?
Delegate of Denmark.
Delegate of Denmark, you may begin when you're ready. Other delegates, please stay quiet. Scots, please stop.
Oh my god. Hey, delegate.
Seriously, please.
Honorable chairs and esteemed delegate. The Delegate of Denmark addressed the presence of child soldiers in the world, especially in the continent of Africa. Denmark sees this as a problem. We also see that a big part of the child soldiers crisis is due to the poverty in some part of the country. We are completely against the very notion of child soldiers. Denmark is the best qualified peacekeeping force in the world. We are yet to encounter war from 1864, apart from the invasion of World War II. We would not want abuse of children due to war, exploitation of innocence of children to the use of a country's own affairs. Children are the greater future, not a ruined future ahead. We together must face and resolve this problem no matter the size. But all in all, we support the decision made here at this convention. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate.
Thank you, Delegate.
Delegate of Jordan. Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
Denmark lasted 2 hours in World War II, dude.
Yes, we got it fade out.
You lasted 2 hours playing this game.
Wait, just like say anything.
Yeah,
Just say something and then like, yeah.
So to begin with, the term child soldier must be defined. According to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, it's defined as persons who have not attained the age of 18 years and are compulsorily recruited into the armed forces. Although there are persons under the age of 18 in the military, there are less than 30 such persons. Jordan is against the fielding of child soldiers. No person under the age of 18 will be deployed in battle. It is commonly known that war will bring up serious mental issues, such as PTSD, aggression, or worse, suicidal tendencies. If even mature adults face these problems, it is very clear that children are not up to the trials and tribulations of war. They're simply not mature enough to face the horrors of war, and resulting mental issues may be more serious. Also, the issue of child soldiers is a secondary issue, and there are other factors causing this, such as local civil wars and lack of regular soldiers. It's clear that the problem of child soldiers cannot be easily solved.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Delegate.
Delegate. Delegate of Italy.
Mamma mia.
These are the last two delegates to speak, by the way.
Spaghetti.
Italy. Okay.
Spaghetti man.
Hey, Spaghetti Man.
Wow, it's really.
Delegate, you may begin when you're ready.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, the Delegate of Italy appreciates this opportunity to find suitable measures on the eradication of child soldiers. And so we strongly support protection of children from military use during armed conflict. And we have increased our political commitment to humanitarian law, joining the Safe Schools Declaration, which supports the protection of schools from military use during armed conflict. In addition, this delegate stresses that all these commitments and measures cannot be decoupled by the need to bring perpetrators to justice, and strongly believe we should bring retribution to countries with such practices. To conclude, this delegate looks forward to a fruitful and constructive discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate.